Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to the Monday Night Raw review for August 1st, 2016. The show was great. Ever since the draft, Raw has stepped up its game. SmackDown, we've only seen one, but it sucks. It sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck, it's just not as good. Let's see, Sasha opened up the show. She talks about how she finally captured her first women's championship last week. I'm going to move this camera right here. She talks about how last year, during SummerSlam, her and Bayley stole the show. And this year at SummerSlam, there's going to be no exceptions, no difference. Her and Charlotte are going to steal the show, and she's going to walk out as women's champion again. Charlotte then comes out without Dana and says that it was a fluke. There was a fly. She was just trying to kill the fly. And as soon as, before she says that, "You tapped out" chants fill the arena. Like, the crowd really hated Charlotte today. She says that, Charlotte says that she does not need doesn't need Dana or her dad to beat Sasha, and that Sasha's just a one-night stand, and as soon as SummerSlam comes, she's gonna get her the championship back. And Sasha says, "Well, Charlotte, you are the daughter of Ric Flair. If it wasn't for a one-night stand, you wouldn't be here." Chris Jericho then comes out and tells Sasha that she needs to pay Charlotte some respect. She's a literal princess, and that what else do you say? She's a princess, and that she needs to just treat her with the utmost respect if she's one of the greatest women in wrestling today. Chris says that Charlotte has done more in her career than Rick has ever done in his life. And he says that Sasha is not a boss, but she's a brat. Enzo then comes out, and he looks at Sasha, asks, "How you doing?" Kisses her on the hand. They then go back and forth and say, "How you doing?" She says, "How you doing?" They get close, and then Charlotte says, "Yes, do it. You should definitely go out with Enzo, because there's only one word to describe Enzo's love life." And Chris then mocks Cass and says, "You want me to spell it out for you?" And then Mick Foley comes out, and he announces that there's going to be the first mixed tag match of the new era. We get Chris Jericho and Charlotte versus Enzo and Sasha. And that match is right now. Before the match started, Kevin Owens was on commentary for some reason. Apparently him and Enzo have had some arguments or something. Jericho started off strong on Enzo. Let's see. He started off strong on Enzo. But then he quickly tagged in Charlotte for some reason. Sasha then took over, and Enzo hit a crossbody on Jericho because Charlotte tagged back in Jericho. Enzo and Sasha dived through the ropes, taking out Charlotte and Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho locks in the walls, but they were right next to the rope, and Enzo gets a rope break. Sasha knees Charlotte in the stomach. Kevin Owens says that he has been doing that move since 2005 in the indie scene. Dana attempts to interfere. She technically does, but it doesn't work completely. Charlotte gets a 2 count. Sasha slaps Chris Jericho, and then Charlotte hits the neutralizer on the natural selection on Sasha, and they pick up the win. Chris Jericho hits the code breaker on Enzo. Big Cass comes out, and Chris Jericho leaves. Braun Strowman versus some guy. Before the match, Byron Saxton interviewed the... I didn't even get his name. I don't even remember the name of the guy that he fought. But they interviewed him, and he asked, why are you fighting Braun Strowman? He's like, well, because I get $1,000, and if I win, I get $5,000. Hey, I'd do it. Braun Strowman launches the guy, hits a clothesline, hits the reverse choke slam, and wins. The Golden Truth versus the Shining Stars, but technically it was Goldust versus the Shining Stars because R-Truth played Pokemon Go the whole time. Goldust gets double teamed, Shining Stars win. Finn Balor talks about last week. He says that he felt that he needed to make an impact, getting drafted 5th. 5th over everybody else on the WWE roster. Seth then comes out. He tells Michael Cole that he did an okay job interviewing, but he is no longer needed. And he goes and runs down some achievements that Finn Balor's done. He says that Finn is a former NXT champion, but he's not the first. Seth Rollins is the first champion. Finn was drafted in the first round, but he wasn't the first overall pick. And he pretty much says that everything that Finn did, Seth did it first, and then he's just a cheesy remake. Finn says that he may have done everything first, but at SummerSlam, he will become the first Universal champion. Seth says that NXT's success is, however, because of Finn Balor, so it's going to be a good match. But Finn is now on Seth's show, so Seth is the man. So Seth, he has to go through Seth. And Finn says that everywhere he's gone, there's been a guy like Seth that called himself the man. He's beat the man, and he's took the man's spotlight, and he took over the show. He says that Seth didn't earn his title shot. He was handed the title shot. Seth said that he's fought for everything he's ever gotten. The only thing he's going to be handed is the Universal title after he beats Finn. Finn says that the only thing that he's going to be getting handed is his ass. And then Seth's like, okay, you got me there. He attacks Finn. Finn ducks, hits a Pele kick, and then Seth Rollins leaves. This match, not exactly sure why it happened, but it did. Well, I do know why it happened. But why? Mark Henry versus Rusev for the United States Championship. It happened because the WWE have an ambassador at the Olympics who is Mark Henry. So Friday, when the Olympics starts, Mark Henry will be there. I don't know if he's not. I don't think he's not part of the torch ceremony because it'd be Brazil. But he's an ambassador for the Olympics. But I don't know why the WWE have an ambassador at the Olympics when their wrestling isn't considered real wrestling to the point where, at least I don't think it is. I know like Kurt Angle, Jordan Gable, I know there's been a few. I don't think Brock Lesnar, was he? Did he do anything in the Olympics? Probably not. But I know there are some, but I didn't think it was. I don't know. Unless it's just like a big global thing now and they just want to get as much publicity as possible. But Rusev started off strong as expected. Henry hit a clothesline and started to rally back. Rusev hit his spinning heel kick and then kicked Mark Henry into the back of the head. He hit the accolade down and he won. And then the big dog, Roman Reigns, came out and said nothing. Rusev attacked Roman. Roman hit him with the Superman punch and then hit him with another Superman punch. We're getting Roman versus Rusev, possibly for the United States Championship. People are still going to boo him. I'm okay with it. I like Roman. I just don't like Roman right now because he sucks. I'll be honest, I like Roman. I just don't like the way they're using it. Maybe this will do good. This will do good for Rusev and Roman. I'm like, Rusev looks strong because they're obviously gonna have Roman lose some of the matches. They can't have Roman win every single match, or else you're gonna completely destroy Rusev. And maybe give Roman a chance to run with the United States Championship a little bit as a heel. Potentially turn Rusev face, double turn, turn Rusev face, officially turn Roman heel, even though we all consider him a heel. We all want him heel. They don't, though. But yeah, double turn. Titus versus Darren Young. Now, the reason this match happened is because on the Raw pre-show, Titus walked up to Darren and he says, I like the whole make Darren Young great again, but when were you ever great? I didn't care about the match, though, because who really did? Titus hit a couple backbreakers. He got a 2 count. Titus then slammed Darren Young. He got a 2 count. Titus got pissed off that he couldn't pin Darren Young, so he rolled him up, used the tights, and stole a victory. Bob Backlund then backstage yelled at him, and Titus said, you need to get out of my face before I beat your ass, old man, and Darren Young attacked him. So we're probably going to get Darren Young, Titus O'Neil feud for the pre-show. Nia Jax versus some girl. Nia Jax hit a throat punch, a clothesline, slammed her for the win. Yeah. New Day versus the Club. One member of the Club had to be banned from ringside because even though the Club attacked New Day last week, they filed a complaint because there's 3 New Day and 2 Club. They played a game of Bag of Fruit, and Xavier lost. He pulled the banana, Kofi and Big E pulled the orange, they combined it together, made a penis on TV, and yeah. Xavier went back to the locker room. Big E took over on Carl Anderson. He rolled up. Oh wait, he hit a belly to belly on Carl Anderson. He went to go tag in Kofi. Gallows took Kofi out. Anderson wasn't paying attention. Big E rolled up Anderson for the win. And that was the match. But then the Club beat up the New Day. They hit... Well, Xavier came back. It didn't help much at all. Big E got hit with the Buddha Doom and the Magic Killer. And then Xavier got hit with the Buddha Doom as well. Cesaro versus Sheamus. Stephanie McMahon and McFoley both talked to Sheamus and Cesaro, talking about how they were unhappy with their draft placement, and even addressed Cesaro's interview about how he wanted to go to SmackDown. So they were like, whoever wins gets a future shot at a title. Cesaro starts off strong. Sheamus then hit a couple chops. Sheamus suplexes Cesaro. Cesaro hit a springboard uppercut and hit the Gotch neutralizer for the win. Heath Slater and Jinder Mahal, they came back. Well, Heath Slater, he's the hottest free agent at the moment. He came out with Jinder Mahal, and they reunited the 2-man band. And then Foley came out and said, we're going to have a battle of the bands. Whoever wins this match gets signed. Jinder Mahal won because Heath Slater's a jobber. And Jinder Mahal is on Raw now. Which we all knew was going to happen because, like, 3 days ago, it was announced that Jinder Mahal was signed to a WWE contract. So, kind of ruined that one. Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins. Sami Zayn started off very strong. He hit a senton on Seth, and then it went to commercial break, and Seth Rollins took over. When he came back, he had turnbuckle powerbomb. Michinoku driver on Seth Rollins for a 2 count. Blue Thunderbomb for a 2 count. Enziguri to Sami Zayn. DDT to Seth Rollins. Zayn flips over the top ropes to Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins hits a pedigree for the win. The main event. The moment everybody's been waiting for. The cheater. The drug user. The beast incarnate. Brock Lesnar returns. I'm kidding. I don't know if he actually used the enhancements or not. That he could have, he couldn't have. I don't know. I just wanted to say the cheater and the drug user because it sounded cool. Paul says that at SummerSlam he's going to entertain all of us. He's just a nice guy like that. He's going to entertain us. But his entertainment is violent. And he knows he shouldn't say the word violent, but he's standing next to Brock freaking Lesnar, and he can say whatever he damn well pleases. He says that he wants to know if the voices in Randy's head ever told him that Brock is going to beat his ass and drag him down to Suplex City. And if they haven't, he wants... This came out of Paul Heyman's mouth. Listen to the little Jew. Brock Lesnar is going to beat your ass and take you down to Suplex City. And the only thing that could make you survive and not go to the hospital and possibly have another match is the RKO. But you're never going to hit the RKO because you're not man enough to hit the RKO. You're just not going to ever hit the RKO on Brock Lesnar because you're never going to get him in a position to hit the RKO. Randy Orton comes in from the crowd, hits the RKO, runs back up to the top of the section of the fans that is in the back of the TV. And then the segment ends with security, refs, Foley, Stephanie, Brock standing in the ring staring at Randy Orton. Paul sitting on the ring. Everybody's yelling, get him out of here. Stephanie's like, he's posing, get him out of here. It was great. It was great. So, Raw was good. SmackDown, don't suck. That's all I gotta say. American Alpha debuts tomorrow. Don't know about Sean Benjamin. We got Jinder Mahal today. American Alpha tomorrow. Shelton Benjamin sometime. They advertised the Cruiserweight division today. It didn't say when, but we obviously knew it's coming exclusively to Raw, but it didn't say when. But yeah, tomorrow we'll do SmackDown Live. It will be shorter than this video because hour less. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Camp Counselor Cody, and I'll see you guys next time. Toodles.